So good day everyone. Today we are going to solve worded problems that involves perimeter and area of polygons. Angie's rectangular garden has a width of 5 meters and its length is twice the width minus 2. Find the perimeter. So in this problem, the given is the width of 5 meters and the length, which is twice the width minus 2. So to make this problem easier to solve, we are going to use a representative of the width, which is x. So we're going to let x be the width. So in this figure right here, we're gonna, the width will be right here, which is x, and the length will be 2x minus 2, since the length is said to be twice the width minus 2. We also know that the x is equals to 5 since x is the same as the width. So, of course, we are going to find the perimeter, and the formula for this question or this problem is P equals 2 open parenthesis length plus width close parenthesis. So let's proceed with the solution. First, we're going to copy the formula, and after that we are going to substitute the value of the length, which is 2x minus 2, and the value of the width, which is x. After that, we are going to substitute the value of x, which is 5. Now, what we are going to do with this is simplify. So 2 times 5 equals 10, minus 2 is equals to 8. And we're just going to copy 5. After that, we are going to distribute 2 to the inside of the parenthesis. So we're going to multiply 2 times 8, which is 16, and 2 times 5, which is 10. So add the two numbers up, we are going to have 26. So the perimeter of Angie's rectangular garden is 26 meters. So let's proceed with problem number 2. A triangle has a perimeter of 22. If two of its sides are equal and the third side is 4 more than the equal sides, what is the length of the third side? So in this problem, we seem to have an isosceles triangle which has two equal sides. So as usual, we are going to use representatives. I'm constantly going to use x, so we're going to let x be the length of the equal sides. So these two sides are the equal sides, and the third side will be labeled as x plus 4, since the third side is said to be 4 more than the equal sides. So for future uses, we're going to label the two equal sides as A and B, and the third side as C. We also know that the given perimeter is 22. So what we're going to find is the length of the third side. And the formula for this problem is P equals A plus B plus C. So we're simply going to add up the value of 3 of the sides. Now, let's go with the solution. As always, as usual, we are going to copy first the formula, and then we are going to substitute the given, which is P is equals to 22, A is x, B is also x, and C is x plus 4. After that, we are going to combine like terms. Since there are 3 x's, it's going to be 3x plus 4. After that, we are going to transpose positive 4 to the right side so that we can isolate 3x in the left side. So positive 4, when transposed, it's going to be negative 4. So 22 minus 4 is 18. So in this part, we are going to isolate the 3. We are going to isolate the x. So what we are going to do is multiply both sides of the equation by 1/3. After that, we are going to get x. So x is equals to 6. So we are not going to stop here because x is only the value of the equal sides. What we are going to find is the value of c. So to find that, we're going to write the equation c equals x plus 4. Substitute the value of x, which is 6. So we're going to get 6 plus 4 equals 10. So the length of the third side is 10. So this time we are going to deal with problems that deals with areas. In this problem, a tire has a diameter of 24 centimeters. Find the area. So the given is a diameter of 24 centimeters. So I'm sure you know that a diameter is the longest line that intersects 2 points in a circle. It also intersects the center of the circle. So this is the diameter, which is 24 centimeter. So we need to get the radius, and the radius is basically the half of the diameter. So the radius is equals to 12. What we are going to find here, of course, is the area. And to get the area, we have the formula A equals pi r squared. So with the solution, substitute the value of the radius, which is 12 centimeter. We have to square that. We're going to get 144 centimeter square. And we're going to multiply that to the pi, which is 3.14. We're going to get an area of 452.39 centimeter square. So the area of the tire is 452.39 centimeters square. So nice and easy. Let's proceed with the next question. The base of an isosceles triangle is thrice longer than its height. If the area is 882 millimeters square, find the width. So again, in this problem, we have an isosceles triangle. It is clearly stated. Now, in terms of representation, we are going to use the height. We're going to let x be the height. We can't use the base since the value of the base is dependent with the value of the height. So the height will be the x and the base will become 3x. And also, we are going to label the width as c. So the given, the area, which is 882 millimeter square. So what we are going to find is the width, which is c. And the formula for this problem is a equals 1/2 base times height. So let's proceed with the solution as usual. Copy the formula and then substitute the givens. The area is 882 millimeters square. The base is 3x and the height is x. After that, you're going to multiply the variables 3x and x. We're going to have 3x squared, and we're going to multiply that by 1/2. So we're going to get 3x squared over 2. So at this point, we are allowed to cross multiply what's in the left side of the equation to the right side of the equation. So in this point, we are just simply going to multiply 882 by 2. We're going to get 1,764 millimeters squared equals to 3x squared. So at this point, our goal is to isolate again the x. So what we are going to do first is to get the square root. We're going to eliminate the squares on both sides. So we're going to get the square root of both sides of the equation. That leaves us to 42 millimeter equals to 3x. So as you can see, 2 of the squares are gone. After that, we are going to isolate x. Finally, to isolate x, we are going to multiply both sides by 1/3. That leaves us to 14 millimeter. Now, we have the value of x, which means we can also find the value of the base. So how to get the value of the width, which is C? So if you can observe, if we split the isosceles triangle into half, the other side will form a right triangle. So we know that in a right triangle we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So to relabel this, we're going to label the height as A and the other half of the base as B. Now, we have the value of A, which is 14 millimeters. So to get the value of B, how? Well, we know that the B is half of the base, and the base is equal to 3x. So we're going to have this equation, which is B equals 1/2 times 3x. We're going to get the half of the 3x. So the value of 3x is 42. Multiply that by 1/2, we're going to get 21. Now, off to the Pythagorean formula, which is c squared equals to a squared plus b squared. Substitute the givens. A is 14 and b is 21. Square 2 of this. Square this 2. We're going to get 169 plus 441. Add that up. We're going to get 637. Now, finally, we are going to get the square root of both. We are going to get the square root of the both sides of the equations. So the C is equals to 25.24. That is the width. So we got the width, which is 25.24 millimeter. It's quite tricky, but manageable. So we have here a bonus problem, problem number 5. A Ferris wheel has a radius of 7 meters and can carry a maximum of 4 people per cabins. If Demi and her friends rides one of the cabins, how far would the cabin go in one rotation? What is the total area of the Ferris wheel? So in this problem, you might think that it's a bit complicated, but in fact it is pretty simple. Only that it has distractors and the set of words are not like the previous problems which are direct. So when I talk about distractors, it means that they are unnecessary informations. It means that we are not going to use them in our solution. So in this case, the distractors here is the maximum of 4 people per cabins. So in this equation, this information, we're not going to use them in our solution. So we are just going to disregard them. We're not going to use them, just disregard them. Let them be. So in this problem, the question is how far would the cabin go in one rotation, and what is the total area of the Ferris wheel? So it is pretty simple. What we are going to find is the perimeter and the area. Only that since it is a circle, it is a special case, which means the perimeter will be called as a circumference. So the circumference here is the question about how far would the cabin go in one rotation. And of course the area, it is obvious. It is the question about the total area of the Ferris wheel. So we have the given, which is the radius of 7 meters. What we're going to find is again the circumference and the area, and the formula for the circumference is 2 pi r. And the formula for the area is pi r squared. Let's proceed with the solution. First, we're going to find the circumference. So we are going to substitute the value of r, which is 7. Multiply that by 2 pi, we're going to get the circumference of 43.98. So Demi's cabin would travel 43.98 meters in one rotation. Simple, right? Easy. Then, with the area, which is pi r squared, as usual, we'll substitute the value of r, which is 7. Square that, we're going to get the value of 49 meters squared. Multiply that by the pi, we're going to get the area of 153.94 meters square. So the Ferris wheel has an area of 153.94 meters square.